Podcast. This is Newsline. Now, Parliament is in the process of republishing about 40 bills that were introduced in either house without the joint resolution process by the two speakers of Parliament. Among these are 24 statutes that were last year declared unconstitutional by the High Court. Siaya Senator James Orengo accused the National Assembly of spending 90 million shillings of taxpayers' money in legal fees in a failed attempt to overturn the ruling at the High Court, at the Court of Appeal rather. SKTN's senior political reporter Patrick Amimo with the details for us.
Members of Parliament in both the National Assembly and Senate began the fifth session with the effects of sibling rivalry hot on their heels. In November last year, the High Court ruled in favor of the Senate when it declared 24 laws that had been assented to without the Senate's approval unconstitutional.
Among the orders given by the High Court was the immediate cessation of bills pending before either house, where the joint resolution processes by the speakers of both houses had not been demonstrated.
The National Assembly House Business Committee, chaired by Speaker Justin Muturi, resolved to appeal the decision of the High Court. Last week, the judges of the Court of Appeal agreed with their counterparts at the High Court.
They have paid lawyers 90 million shillings to prosecute this case, I understand, just in the Court of Appeal. The Senate has spent not a single cent.
The fifth session is expected to be the busiest for both houses as members come to terms with the consequences of sibling rivalry and chest thumping.
The loss in terms of public resources should also be borne by the National Assembly. I mean, not as an institution, but individually, because now they have to republish all those bills, and those bills must go through the National Assembly and the Senate at great public expense. It pays to obey the law.
If the time you require prayer is this session. If the time there will be hostile takeovers is this session. If the time there will be mergers is this session. If there's a time parties will split is this session.
At least 40 bills will have to be republished to comply with Article 110, Sub-Article 3 of the Constitution, which states that before either house considers a bill, the speakers of the National Assembly and Senate shall jointly resolve any question as to whether it is a bill concerning counties and, if it is, whether it's a special or an ordinary bill.
They were steamrolled through the lower house without our input, and we should not in any way turn out to be rubber stamps to pass bills without scrutiny when we were protesting and complaining that we were ignored in those bills being heard.
Patrick Amimo, KTN News.
In other news, the race to the constitutional referendum via